Okay. So go ahead and start with your name and your title.
So my name is Rory McCarthy, Director of Food Services.
Okay. And what is your degree or certifications that you have?
So I have Advanced Culinary Arts Certificate.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, perfect. How long have you been in this position?
For this district, 5 months, but I
Mm-hmm.
previously worked for a high school district for the last 5 years before that. So child nutrition in total, 10 years, but in school or food or general, 20 years.
Okay. And then tell me a little bit about how you got here. So where did you go to school, and then what kind of other jobs did you get beforehand?
So I originally started working when I was 14 as a kitchen steward cooking at a YMCA camp when I was 14 years old. And then from there I worked my way up all the way to food service director over 10 years, over 10 summers there. During that time I went to culinary school, and also during the off season I worked at school cafeteria for 3 years for Vice Unified and got background in school lunch. When I finished culinary school I ended up getting a job as director of food services for a college campus in Merced, and then after that I transferred back into school lunch. In the last 10 years I've been doing child nutrition.
Perfect. Within your field, would you say that there's a lot of upward mobility for people to kind of start in, beginning positions and kind of work their way up to directors and further, or?
Yeah, there's different positions. You could start at any level. Like I started as a cafeteria worker years ago, got more experience at other places, and then came back into the industry. There's a lot of knowledge out there to be able to learn about child nutrition, a lot of conferences to go to get knowledge about the industry.
Perfect. And what is the typical compensation for a career like yours?
So director position, depending upon the area and the size of the district, could be anywhere from about 75,000 to about 130,000 starting salaries.
Okay. And then what would you say is the stress level of your job? What are some typical stressors that you deal with on a day-to-day basis?
I think the biggest challenge is we wear many, many hats, all the way from technology problems to HR problems to plumbing issues or refrigeration problems. So it's just wearing many hats all at the same time.
Okay. And what are some things you like about your job? What would you say were the pros of this career?
Super busy.
Okay. What advice do you have for food service students who are looking at getting into this career or in this field?
I'm going to pause on this one for a second just to... For someone that's looking like getting this career, I definitely recommend taking more managerial classes on how to manage other people and working with people on how to manage a business and more business type classes.
Perfect.
And a lot of computer skills.
Okay. What are the kind of job prospects in your specific career field? Are there a lot of openings, or is it more limited?
So there's openings in starting positions as cafeteria workers and some assistant positions and managers. There's a high amount of those. There's really only one director position in each town or city. So it is not a huge amount, but there is a good amount.
Okay.
But people typically stay in positions for a long time, so there's turnover every 10 or 15 years.
Okay. What does a typical day look like for you? So what do you do?
It depends on the day. There's no easy straight answer for that.
Okay.
It just depends on what we're doing. Just depends on the day of what's happening.
Okay. What characteristics do you think someone will need to succeed in this position?
Open mind to change.
Okay. What does your schedule look like Monday through Sunday? Is it typically a Monday through Friday job, or?
It's typically a Monday through Friday job, but during the busy season, towards the beginning of the school year, I'm working throughout the weekends remotely at home before my children wake up, and then during their nap times, just to get caught up so that I'm available to my staff when Monday comes around.
Perfect. And who are people that you typically work with on a day-to-day basis?
So I work with everybody in the district office, day-to-day, HR, facilities. We also interact with teachers, great conversations with teachers about the food, school lunch, about meals for them. So basically interact with everybody on campus, including students also.
Perfect. And then, would you say there's a difference between elementary school food service management, and high school food service management?
So yes, I've been doing high school for the last 7 years now. Before that, I did elementary school. There's definitely a difference between the challenges behind serving kids food from elementary school to high school.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. That's it.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah, that was really
easy.
fast. See? Yeah.
I asked them